他年仅25岁，已是中国拳击界一颗冉冉升起的新星，被誉为大爆炸张志磊的接班人。在美国的拳击赛场上，他锋芒毕露，凭借出色的实力和技巧，斩获了数条金腰带，成为了让世界冠军和世界排名前5选手都退避三舍的存在。这位拳击新星名叫徐灿，来自江西，自小就心驰神往于拳击运动，他的家人鼎力支持，为了他不惜变卖家产，为他提供顶尖水准的教育和训练资源。徐灿的教练是功成名就的国际拳王，他身后的教练团队也是精英荟萃，他们的优良指导和徐灿自身的钢筋铁骨相结合，让他在国际拳击擂台上独领风骚，所向无敌。罗哈斯气焰嚣张，连战连捷的他对徐灿视如草芥。赛前，他口出狂言，宣称徐灿只是乳臭未干的黄毛小子，要在擂台上让他泪流满面。但徐灿却泰然自若，将此视为一个千载难逢的机会。这条金腰带对他来说是志在必得，岂有拒绝之理？这条金腰带代表了与量级的至高无上的荣誉，一旦拥有，就等于在量级中拥有了霸主地位。徐灿深明大义，他用尽全力，最终将这条金腰带收入囊中。事实胜于雄辩，他证明了自己的实力，也打破了罗哈斯的狂妄之言。此刻功成名就，一言九鼎，无需多言，让我们为这位年轻的拳击名将热烈鼓掌，为他的坚韧和勇气呐喊助威。
Only 17 pro fights, but he is ranked number 2 by the WBA, and now steps in against Jesus Rojas. Let's see if he can step up in class against an experienced professional.
You're right, BK. He was quiet.
比赛开始，徐灿如同下山猛虎，展现出了异常亢奋的状态。他面对的是与量级拳坛的常胜将军罗哈斯，一个手握众多高质量金腰带的顶尖高手，基本功扎实，实力强大。然而徐灿如同初生牛犊，遇强则强，在教练团队的精心策划下，成竹在胸，丝毫不怯场。
He's not just backing up, throwing shots immediately at Rojas.
Well, that's his style. Sushan fights aggressive. He likes to get in there. He doesn't like to let the power puncher get too established with his powers.
Yeah, Rojas is a volume puncher. He puts on a lot of pressure. He's just kind of slow and steady and can break you down. Good jab there by Sean.
Sushan fights in the peekaboo defense.
Yeah, that is what I noticed too watching his fight, Sergio, is that he just puts his hands up. He does not move his head. He will cover up and does offense and defense almost separately. I don't know if that can be successful at the elite level.
Sushan, I tell you, he impressed me more. I didn't think he had this.
Yeah, nice uppercut off the jab.
Great punches together.
Another left uppercut there by Sean, so immediately showing the repertoire. But again, he will get hit. He does not move his head, right, Leonard?
No, he doesn't, which is
absorbs a right hand. Oh, you're right there. He landed a...
罗哈斯的世界排名第一并非浪得虚名，他拥有无可置疑的实力，稳坐拳坛巅峰。徐灿虽然是初入世界前10的新秀，但实力足以让他跻身前3。可惜美国赛事方似乎有意为难，不给徐灿更多的比赛机会，似乎在刻意压制他的上升势头。但徐灿并未因此气馁，是金子总会发光，他继续努力训练提升自己。
You know, you just have your hands up in front of you. You're slipping shots.
That's an excellent point because Mike Tyson, yeah, he definitely did, and he was fast with that defense, and he was explosive when he turned defense into offense. Right now, Sean is just peekaboo. It just hands up, no offense coming back.
But when he punches, he does flow. It flows fairly nicely.
I was going to say that with, normally having those hands up that way, the peekaboo style, it's hard to get your punches off naturally. But Sushan, he's okay. He's doing okay. He's holding his own.
Good shots. Wicked hook to the body off a nice right hand by Sean.
Great. Once again.
It's a nice offensive battle.
Yeah, Sushan has proved before that he can switch from offense to defense. He's proving that in the first round.
1-2 action by Sushan.
面对罗哈斯的猛烈攻击，徐灿如同叶公好龙般不畏不惧，他灵活应对，边撤边打，兵来将挡，水来土掩，始终努力不让罗哈斯扩大点数优势。这场比赛真可谓是龙争虎斗，让观众大饱眼福。
Language of boxing. Sushan there, impressive offensively when he lets it fly.
The punches that Sushan is throwing, I mean, really accurate punches.
Look at that. Oh. It's like a 6-punch combination by Sean.
Good hands. That's great hands.
See, if you're going to have the peekaboo defense, just don't stand in front of your fighter. Give him angles. He did a little bit of movement there. I like that from Sean.
And now Jesus Rojas answering the call. Sean, hard right hand coming in. What surprises me too, Ray Leonard, he's 15.
罗哈斯的攻势犹如暴雨梨花针，招招致命，咄咄逼人，仿佛一台永不停歇的进攻机器。徐灿则以静制动，冷静应对。他并不选择与罗哈斯硬碰硬，而是像狡兔三窟般巧妙地避其锋芒，寻找机会进行反击。他竭力阻止罗哈斯取得大比分领先，至少要守株待兔，保持分数的均衡。
George was undefeated at the time at 7-0.
I love these body shots, though. They're not throwing 1 or 2 punches, they're throwing 3, 4, 5 punches.
Exactly right. Yeah, it's a strangely fascinating fight.
Look at that. Look at that shot.
Body and head, 3, 4 punch combinations. Hard to the body by Sean.
That's the number one thing I've been impressed with so far with Sean is the body shots. He digs in there. He bends the knees. He gets the leverage. Very rare.
This is Rock'em Sock'em Robots. They're not slipping. They're not dancing. They're trading.
Oh. I'm enjoying this.
Standing in front of each other and letting it fly, but with fluid offensive skill.
And again, they throwing with conviction, with power.
Little body shot there by Rojas. Kind of vary the attack a bit. You know, Sergio, I don't know how much credit I want to give or take away when Rojas is landing on Sean, but he's landing on his gloves. You know what I'm saying?
No, you definitely got to give him credit. That's the thing about that peekaboo defense. You just got to touch them gloves. You got to touch them and then.
罗哈斯如同一辆横冲直撞的坦克般勇往直前，而徐灿则像大爆炸张志磊一样，擅长4两拨千斤应对并瓦解这种坦克式的打法。尽管罗哈斯的拳法精准且密集，如同枪林弹雨一般，徐灿仍然能够见招拆招，做出相应的防守反击。他竭尽全力将比分维持在同一水平线上。
Great action at the end of this round. Clash of styles here between Rojas out of Puerto Rico, the volume puncher, the pressure fighter, against Su Shan, who has a style you don't normally see. Peekaboo, but with no head movement, no slipping, but also a very good offensive attack. And you see punches landed, it's very close, slightly in favor of Sean. So this fight is close. I haven't even entered into
这场比赛不仅是拳拳到肉的实力较量，更是智慧与策略的碰撞。千军易得，一将难求。无论结果如何，徐灿都展现出了他遇强则强的斗志与智慧。这场龙争虎斗让人们对他的未来充满期待。逐渐适应比赛节奏的徐灿开始揭开锅盖，展开反击。罗哈斯也不甘示弱，像饿狼扑食般不断寻觅进攻机会。教练团队对罗哈斯的状态表现进行抽丝剥茧般的深入分析，精准捕捉他每一分每一秒的动作。双方陷入一场势均力敌的焦灼拉扯战，你来我往寻找对手的破绽。然而徐灿胸有成竹，丝毫不担心自己的体能状况，因为他拥有浑身是胆，足以支撑12回合战斗的卓越体能。
Say that right, Sean comes back.
I was trying to point that out.
Rojas made a name for himself.
Oh, good shot.
Knocking out Claudio Marrero, which was a few years back, and Marrero at the time was clowning and hot-shotting Rojas, making him look silly. And then Rojas came out, exploded with a 3-punch combination, and dropped Marrero right where he stood. So there is something burning inside of this guy.
Right, look at the exchange for both. It appeared that Sukan was hurt. Or Rock, I should say.
Sean covers up. Rojas with the higher work rate in this round, but now back comes Sean with a right hand.
I can't believe they're taking, the shots they're taking from absorbing from each other is amazing.
And there's good variety to the shots too, Ray. You see they go to the body, they'll jab to the body, right hand to the head, 3-punch combination, maybe 4 from Sean. Rojas.
比赛进入热火朝天的白热化阶段，罗哈斯犹如一头气势如虹的狂野野牛，持续不断地向徐灿发起冲锋。徐灿则如同箭在弦上的定时炸弹般，随时可能爆发。即便罗哈斯紧追不舍，他也能够化险为夷，轻松化解危机，并发动有效的反击。
Rojas comes back. Sean with the long travel to get here, only a second fight in the United States, making the most of it. Let's go to LZ Granderson. LZ.
Hey, as you can see, there's incredible.
All tougher fighters coming off a spirited loss to Jojo Diaz, but now facing Shushan, who is just like a completely different animal. Sergio, I wish they could just tell him in the court, hey, could you slip? Could you move your head a little bit? Can you spring to the side? Can you do something? Because just to increase the effectiveness of what is already working.
That's the thing about that peekaboo defense. I'm not a big fan of it. I love head movement, but those shots still hurt. Even when you block it with 8-ounce gloves, with 10-ounce gloves, it's still penetrating. At the end of the fights, boxers with peekaboo defense usually look worn out. Winky Wright, for instance, like the eyes start closing up, the bruises around the forehead. That peekaboo style really.
此时徐灿的表现显得非常谨慎小心，三思而后行，每一次进攻都是经过深思熟虑后的决策。谋定而后动，绝不轻易出拳，除非有命中把握。罗哈斯也在琢磨着战略，棋逢对手的两人都在思考如何在这场持续12回合的比赛熬过对手对自己的抗压能力、体能以及身体各项指标都是一次严峻的考验。
Boxing rivalry between China and Puerto Rico.
Rojas retreating to the ropes.Giving Sean a break, giving him some vision. Sean is kind of a sort of, I pointed out, like a Junior Jones sort of body. Like it's very skinny, and then these wide shoulders that you don't expect.
Good stuff. Good stuff right there by Sue.
Rojas is back again, throwing uppercut. Sean answering again. Now Rojas. Who can survive this?
Unbelievable. And the winner's going to be whoever throws a shot when his opponent's hands are down.
Rojas committing to the attack. Oh, and a good body shot. That had to hurt Sean. Withering body shot.
Now we know why they call Sushan the monster, because he's having a scary performance.
徐灿的猛攻与罗哈斯如关公战秦琼般凶悍，然而他的进攻方式更为精湛，不是横冲直撞的野蛮冲撞，而是运筹帷幄之中，决胜千里之外精准打击罗哈斯的弱点。教练团队为徐灿制定了一份锦囊妙计，既然无法一锤定音直接 KO 罗哈斯，那就积少成多，通过点数优势击败他。
Rojas is the guy, by the way, who's on the Bradley Pacquiao 1 undercard, and he fought Jorge Arce, got dropped in the first round, and then dropped Arce in the second round with a low shot, headbutt, and hook to the ear. Arce could not continue. It was quite the explosion.
You don't see these kind of fighters with this throwing so much artillery at each other. It's been a while.
You say artillery, I'm going to break it out on Sergio again. A fusillade coming from Jesus Rojas.
A fusillade. That's artillery.
All right, so take a look. That punch is thrown. I saw it briefly there. Nearly 400 punches thrown. We'll get back to some of those CompuBox numbers, because I'm interested in how many punches per round they're actually throwing, because work rate here is tremendous. We're basically at almost 100 punches a round, maybe between 80, 90, and 100 punches a round from each fighter.
The way all these fights have been going, especially this one, I got to give credit to whoever the matchmaker was.
徐灿的表现越来越得心应手，驾轻就熟。与开局时的束手束脚相比，现在他已经渐入佳境。然而，罗哈斯是美国知名的老江湖，经常与对手打得难解难分。正是凭借这种稳扎稳打的表现，他才赢得了羽量级首屈一指的金腰带。
Well, just been told that it was Roberto Diaz that's the matchmaker, and now I know why. Roberto Diaz, excellent matchmaker for Golden Boy, one of the best in the business. He loves these type of back and forth fights.
My only question, Sergio, because I thought this had to work too, but I thought maybe Sean is not up to the level of Rojas. I think he's proven he has.
No, he definitely is up. He has less fights. He has a lot less fights, but he's in there. I mean, every time he gets hit, he comes back with something.
He has my vote. No question about it.
I don't know how we're scoring these rounds. I mean, I'm not. But is either one winning rounds clearly?
No.
Clearly, no. But
maybe Rojas, the last two?
Clearly, no. Exciting, yes.
Yeah.
And now we're getting the soccer chants here.
He doesn't give up. He absorbs the shots and comes back with his own.
Rojas continues to come in, wading in, his head buried, but now he pays the price. Sean able to backpedal and land some shots.
What a fight. Even punching backwards. Sushan with nice little sneaky body shots. Rojas coming forward.
Now he's slipping and ducking. Little Joe Frazier action.
If the fight fans at home are not watching this fight, they missed something so big.
It's Rojas really committing to, I'm going to throw punches nonstop.
What?
Except for right there.
Rojas backing up. Rojas backing up. He wants Su Shan to come at him. He's staying against the ropes. Bring it on, he says.
And he's moving.
徐灿的组合拳并不是致命一击的武器，他的单方面伸拳才是杀手锏。通常组合拳法主要用于牵制对手，而非一举击溃对手或读秒。在这场比赛中，徐灿意在比先，他的目标是通过点数稳操胜券。
Great. Stealing the rounds. They told Rojas, you're stealing the rounds.
It works.
Round 11, scheduled for 12. Brian Kenny here with Sugar Ray Leonard and Sergio Mora. Getting ready for the main event. That's up next. Jaime Munguia against Takeshi Inoue out of Japan. And here it is, Su Shan of China against Jesus Rojas of Puerto Rico.
Tell you one thing, BK. One thing about this being a 12-round fight, we get to see 2 more rounds of this action.
Yep.
So whether they're fighting for a trinket or not, we're the ones that are benefiting.
Did you guys see that combination?
Just hard butting action.
By Su Shan? For both guys.
Yep. Shan is still jabbing his way in and then trying with that poleaxing right hand. He sits down on his punch.
罗哈斯虽屡战屡败，但他的意志力却始终不渝。他奋不顾身对徐灿进攻，即使被徐灿的攻势压制，他仍然奋勇争先。看起来，罗哈斯今天对徐灿的挑战矢志不渝。
Possible. How much harder can you fight?
It doesn't depend on physical anymore. It's all adrenaline now. You know it's the final round. You just lay it all on the line on adrenaline itself.
I would not want to be a judge.
Ray, you're right. It has to be difficult. You just judge each round at a time. You hand it in, and that's what it is. But there are a lot of close rounds here. Little combination there by Rojas. Shan with the answer immediately. Rojas better with the jab now.
Yeah, limpio. See, in close fights like these, I like to read body language. Who looks like the beat fighter? But right now, it's a give and take. Half the round belongs to Rojas, half the round goes to Shan. It's just a difficult fight.
And Sergio, as far as it really depends on what you just asked, like what second are you talking about in the round? Like what 10-second interval? Final 45 seconds of this fight. Right hand by Rojas.
Look at
And
that
like a
shot.
7-punch combination.
两人已经打了一场旷日持久的比赛，将近36分钟。但徐灿的体能依然充沛，仿佛取之不尽，用之不竭。相比之下，罗哈斯在体能方面稍逊一筹，但瘦死的骆驼比马大。作为世界排名第1的选手，他的体能依然非常出色，与徐灿并驾齐驱。
Fantastic action for the full fight.
Give him the draw.
It's not far-fetched, right?
You rarely hear that. But no one lost in this fight. The
no
crowd
one
is
lost.
cheering in the final seconds as they go out in style.
比赛终于尘埃落定，胜利非徐灿莫属。从默默无闻的无名小卒到如今的赫赫有名，徐灿的姐姐一直风雨同舟陪伴在他身边，教练团队也始终不渝，竭力相助，支持着他。如果大家觉得徐灿打得出色，请慷慨解囊，多多点赞，让更多人看到他的铁骨铮铮的硬气和货真价实的实力。